everyone. Oh, this is cool. Just let this car go past. There we go. Morning everyone. I'm going to get straight into this one because I'm just super excited to get started. So the plan today is to get 3, maybe 4 munros done, I think. I honestly can't remember any of the names of this, so this will get edited in. Why are you still taking time? But basically, yeah, we're going to do the peaks. I think the first one's here, and then there's another one more prominent at the back. Then you kind of come around, finish over there, and back here. Sweet. And when I woke up this morning, the weather was fantastic. It looked lovely, bright, scorching sunshine. Well, I say scorching, it's October, but it's sun nonetheless in Scotland, which is excellent. But I've had a look at the forecast and it's due to get foggy about 1 o'clock, so I'll see how we get on. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So, to start off the journey, it's pretty boggy. It's pretty boggy, and I'm wearing trousers that are definitely too big for me, so they're trailing behind me, so it's going to be interesting to see how they fare up before the end. But there must have been some heavy rainfall recently, because everywhere is just marshy, and usually, obviously, we're coming into winter time. Usually it starts to look like that, so I wasn't expecting too much. You're kind of getting to the end of the season before all the kind of fair weather walkers, mostly myself, kind of stop for winter, and it's just too early before things start to freeze over for the kind of winter lot to come up in their like crampons and stuff. So we're kind of into middle territory where we're trying to get the best of it while it's still here. Right, so this is the hill we're doing first, and this is the hill we're doing last. I can't remember how many hills are in between, but basically it's a round route, and then we're back to where we started. As you can see, it's only like 10-minute walk in. I'm super unfit. Right, so I look like a state. It's what I love about being in the hills. So yeah, the only problem with kind of going at this time of year is usually towards the end of July, right into the end of October, there is what's known as deer stalking season, which is basically to control the local deer population. There's some shooting going on. Now obviously that doesn't really affect me too much, but if they mistake me for a deer, it's not really gonna go my way. So basically you can still do most of these walks. There are some good phone lines you can phone up in advance to find out if there's any deer stalking going on the day you're traveling, but for the most part you need to stay really strict to the paths and the routes to each of these hills just to avoid any unfortunate situation. So we're actually pretty close to Glenshee ski resort. If you see this peak here, this was actually supposed to be the video I was supposed to put up a couple of weeks ago. We did those hills in horrible conditions. It was disgusting, but so much fun. And then I lost all the footage, so yeah, that's now my arch nemesis over there. But one day we'll go back and do it just so we can make it a good video out of it. But yeah, basically that's Glenshee ski resort and Tuirc Cairn, I think it's called, little tea room over there. So it's amazing how close everything is actually. You think out in the Highlands everything would be miles away from each other, but it's pretty close. So I've definitely gone the wrong way. There's tons of people walking on a clearly scorched out route that goes round, which is what the map says, so God knows where I'm going. But there's footsteps up here, so I think it's probably a more direct route. But just gotta take a moment, look at those hills behind me. Wind's picking up though. I think that's what's going to bring in the fog this afternoon. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer the view can look like this. It's already looking like it's going to start closing in soon, but still so nice, so nice. Right, so with the wind, I don't know if you'll even be able to hear me at this point because it's starting to pick up. But basically, tons of ice up here, like just little puddles of it. And in Scotland, that's not surprising. What the question should be is this new ice or has this been here since last year? Because on a lot of these hills, the ice just never thaws. It just keeps staying there, reduces slightly and then builds again for next winter. So be interesting to know if this is a sign of the start of winter or if it's the residue from winter last year. Right, so I definitely went past it, but look at this. Hopefully you can see me. Look at all this snow and frost that's up here. So nice. It looks like tons. I don't really know how to describe it really. It just looks really nice. So I think we're supposed to end up over here somewhere for the first hill. There is another little bit up here, but I think I'm supposed to do that later on. I think I've actually bypassed and skipped the whole first bit I'm supposed to do. So we'll go over there, see what it's about, and then try and get our bearings from there. Right, okay, so I don't think that was it. I think I was right the first time. That, I think, is a place called Coirdubh, D-U-B-H. I don't know how to pronounce that. But basically it's a smaller spot height that allows you to get further onto follow the paths onto another hill. So I'm going to go back to where I started and then that should be the right place, thankfully. This gentleman, got speaking to him. He hasn't been here for over 30 years apparently, but thankfully he knows what he's doing, unlike some other people on this hill. So he said this point I got to begin with is in fact the correct place to be. Oh, it's windy. So gotta get here, snapshot a photo, probably put a coat on, and then see where we go from here. It's supposed to get really foggy about 1 o'clock, so the gentleman was saying that this might be the best part of the day, but we might chance one more. You know, all this way for nothing. So that's the cairn here. That's hill number 1 done. So I love these little built up, just little circular kind of forts. They're kind of cool, but basically they just keep out the wind. So if you're looking for a bit of scran, or like me, change into a coat, it's quite a nice sheltered little area for 20 minutes because it does get so cold up here. I mean, my hands are already starting to seize. We'll need to change that. Right, so much more ice up here, much more frost. But basically, the track between the first hill and the second hill, there's just, someone's clearly been up here with some sort of vehicle and just laid out these tracks. I think this leads just straight to the next hill, so it's not the most exciting, but you know, after what happened at the start, it's quite nice to be on like an actual path again, so it's quite nice. My hands are freezing. I don't know if you can see it, but there's legit snow over there. Right, I take it back. That is not snow. That is hailstones. And that hurts. So I'm going to go back down. The way I came up. And we're back. Now, the weather got so much worse on the way down. Basically, it was hailstorms kind of coming like 45-degree angles straight into the face, which hurt. And then, yeah, basically now it's lovely for the most part. So that's it. That's 2 hills done. Oh, I'm gonna go sleep. Ciao.